Let's see. We talking about the end of Kayflock. Let's see how he just ended everything like a dummy, or a motherfucker that got sense.
DOA was on top of the drill scene, but then they had one of the craziest downfalls of all
Oh
time.
yeah, drill
Now
scene.
they're
I'm
dying,
already going back.
going
I
broke,
already fucked
and
up.
getting decades in prison. And today, we're breaking the whole crazy story down. Kayflock was the face of DOA, had a chance to beat his case and walk free, but his ops and homies all flipped. And now, he's facing decades in prison. When Kayflock killed an OY affiliate named Waka back in 2021, a lot of people thought he was cooked from the jump. Kayflock crashed out while he was wearing Montclair, Amiri, and unreleased Jordans, and the whole situation got caught on camera. At first, reports were going around that Kayflock walked into a barbershop and shot Waka to death. Then more details came out, and it turned out that Waka spotted Kayflock and went outside to press him. After the video came out that proved Waka was the one who sparked the situation, Kayflock's fans thought he might beat the murder charge. Flock had only been locked up for a few months at that point. He could have come home and kept his momentum up in the rap game, but the cops weren't done yet. Right when it looked like Flock had a chance to skate on the murder charge, the feds hit him and
You
his
ain't
homies
skating
in
on no murder
DOA
charge.
slash
It's over.
Southside with a RICO. That's when everything went left. According
gonna
to
get you.
facts, Kayflock was calling the shots for Southside slash DOA and had been tearing up the city for years.
The way he
Kayflock
beat him
already
hard,
had charges
they
on his
don't got
record too. Back
the
when he was
weapon.
15, he caught a robbery charge, and in 2020, he got caught with a gun. The cops also booked him for another gun charge in November 2021, but the charges didn't stick, and a month later, he killed Waka. The Waka murder is what made headlines, but the feds were trying to hit Kayflock with way more charges.
He got off
They
with
said
two
he was
gun
sending out
charges. Didn't
hits,
kill somebody.
sliding on the ops, and tearing the streets up. And what really hurt Kayflock's
I ain't gonna
case
lie.
is when his homies and the ops flipped on him. People flip on their homies all the time, but what happened to Kayflock was crazy. Before Kayflock got locked up, a dude from his block named Vance Brockington got hit up by the ops. Vance Brockington was laid up in the hospital recovering.
That's why you shouldn't do
Kayflock went sliding
nothing
on
with
the ops
nobody,
for the
man.
get
Them
back.
niggas
Flock
don't be.
shot a dude in the face for Vance Brockington, but Vance still ended up flipping on him.
Look, niggas don't be real. Niggas be saying all that, and then when they get into that room, it's a whole different story.
After Vance healed up from the gunshots, he got back
Trust
on
me,
the
I
block and
know.
was slinging crack. The NYPD was all over him though. And in July 2022, they set Vance Brockington up, and he sold 60 grams of crack to an undercover cop.
Some people I know
Vance
flipped
pleaded
on me
guilty
like
and
loose
was
pocket
facing a
change.
20-year sentence. So he flipped on Kayflock and tried to get some time taken off his own case. Vance told the court that after Kayflock shot the op in the face, he called Vance and said, "I got you, bro." But what's even crazier about the situation is that Vance's own sister testified and said he was capping about the situation. According to Vance Brockington's sister, Iguana, Vance was in the hospital with both hands bandaged up and tubes in his mouth after he got shot. Iguana said that Vance barely looked like he was alive, and there was no way he could have gotten the phone call from Kayflock. Vance also told the court that Kayflock is the one who sparked the beef with the OYs. Sevside slash DOA was cool with the OYs and
Can't get
OGs
no money
until a
beefing.
dude from the OYs
Just
named
remember
E.
that.
Baby partied with some of Kayflock's ops from a set called RPT. There was allegedly some more drama going on behind the scenes, but Vance Brockington said that Kayflock was the one who wanted all the smoke with the OYs. Kayflock was dissing the OYs and OGs on tracks like What Y'all Wanna Do when he raps, Twin Chops when we spinning through, Scream OYO what? Get boomed. EBK DOA getting tuned. Bitches they ducking, they getting it too. Vance Brockington wasn't the only dude who flipped on Kayflock though, and the next witness was even more shocking. The prosecutors brought in a dude from the
Niggas be acting
YGs
like
named
that.
Blitz to testify against
And
Kayflock.
then
Snitching on your
soon
ops
as
during
they
trial
get
was
with that
already
time
crazy,
is
but the
they telling
wildest
on
part of the
everything,
story is
everybody.
that Blitz is the dude who killed Kayflock's homie, Nazi. Nazi was one of
It's
the
like that
biggest
till they
bosses
don't
for
get
Southside
caught. Then
slash
when they get
DOA.
caught, it's a
He
different
started
story.
picking up gun charges when he was 12 years old, and by the time he died, Nazi had been
She
arrested
paid in
18
full.
times. Nazi was putting a ton of pressure on the ops and even cut someone up with a machete. But in September 2021, Blitz and another shooter caught him lacking and left him dead in the street. Kayflock and Nazi were really tight, and the ops started dissing Nazi as soon as he got killed. Shy K and E. Baby linked up to the track No Discussion, and Shy K raps, "I can't wait to run into Kayflock. Lil Nazi got hit in his top. Set the trend how you every old shot, like you ain't get hit by a bus." Then Naz GPG dissed Kayflock, his other dead homie J Rip, and Nazi on the track Rippy Bop and rapped, "Spin through the Sev, put the beam on his neck." Can't remember what was in my tech. When I'm smoking on Rippy, I'm high as a jet. See Jamira, might crash that bitch. He throw 5, I throw 10. See Kayflock, his body
Hey, I
drop.
tell y'all,
How
then y'all
nasty in the
telling
box.
yourself in the
We
raps.
see stop.
Y'all go do it.
Pleaded guilty to killing
And they gonna rap
hit
about
with
it.
18 years.
And then
There's a
want to
chance he'll
talk
get
on
some
y'all.
time knocked off his sentence if the prosecutor files a 5K1 motion.
Talk on yourself.
Motions are for when time helps the prosecutors with another. Probably what Blitz was trying to get when he ratted on Kayflock and took the stand. 7 other dudes from South Side and Third Side got booked on the RICO case with Kayflock, and the feds said they were involved with at least 7 shootings in the Bronx.
That's why you
And
do
then
stuff by
Kayflock was
yourself, with
with him
yourself,
on the Kayflock.
so you
Allegedly
ain't
shot
gonna
an
tell
opposite
on
1
yourself. So
month before Kayflock killed Walker. He slid on RPT with 2 other DOA affiliates. One of them started shooting out of the sunroof of the whip. BJ Barlow was with Kayflock on that crash out, and he was facing federal attempted murder charges and could have gone down for life. BJ Barlow decided to plead guilty instead of taking it to trial, though. And in 2020, he got hit with a 13-year sentence. Kayflock got book charged.
So you in
And other
2020
dudes from South Side and Third Side got booked on the RICO case with Kayflock, and the feds said they were involved with at least 7 shootings in the Bronx, and that Kayflock was allegedly ordering dudes to slide with him on the ops. Kayflock and 2 of his homies allegedly shot an op in 2020. Then 1 month before Kayflock killed Walker, he slid on RPT with 2 other DOA affiliates. One of them started shooting out of the sunroof of the whip. BJ Barlow was with Kayflock on that crash out, and he was facing federal attempted murder charges and could have gone down for life. BJ Barlow decided to plead guilty instead of taking it to trial, though, and in 2025, he got hit with a 13-year sentence.
Damn,
Kayflock
13
got
years.
put on the original murder charge. He scored a huge win and hired a dude named Jeffrey Lichman to defend him. Jeffrey Lichman is a famous lawyer who worked with El Chapo, so Flock's fans thought it was huge when he took the case. But after the feds hit Kayflock with the RICO case, everything went left. Kayflock decided to take it to trial, and the feds posted a list of the evidence they were going to use against him. They had phone records where Kayflock was committing wire fraud, receipts from a very where he bought the jeans he was wearing when he killed Walker, and way more. The feds also had video from when Kayflock, BJ Baller, and another DOA affiliate slid on RPT. He also used Kayflock's lyrics against him when he shot Pop in the face to get back for Vance Brockington. After Flock shot a YG's member in the face, the feds said Kayflock raps about it on the track Who Really Buggin'. He said, "Hold on, bunny hop, get to chasing." He tried to run, matter of fact, get to blitzing. Look, bitch, I ball like the Pistons. 33 on me when I feel like I'm Pippin. If he G's, he get put in the coffin. Hole in his face. That boy look like a dolphin. Spin the 8, know I'm causing extortion. One of the biggest things the feds wanted to prove was that Kayflock was calling the shots in DOA Sev's side, and that he was the reason they were going to war with the OYs. The feds were trying to prove that Kayflock's beef with E-Dot Baby was sparked all of the violence, and they wanted everyone to think that E-Dot Baby was calling the shots in the OYs. They used a video for E-Dot's track Ready for War, where he shouted out his set and raps, 14 when I went up in that trap, 9 claps, and that nigga off the map. He got hit, and his body fell flat. Paramedics, they coming, red flag. And I'm on some oh shit. Little thought in the cut, and she sucking the whole dick. Little nigga, you know this. I keep me a chop, cause no, I can't go, bitch. There's no proof that E-Dot Baby was actually running the OYs though. He was popping off in the drill scene, but it doesn't look like he was calling the shots. There's a good chance that E-Dot Baby would have been involved with the Kayflock trial too if he was still alive, but he tragically killed himself in 2022. And the prosecutors using Ready for War proved they didn't really know what was going on. Because E-Dot dropped that track, he was still cool with Kayflock, and nobody was dropping bodies yet. When Kayflock went to trial, he was facing a mandatory life sentence if he got convicted of murder for the Walker hit. The feds brought in a witness who said that Kayflock was sliding in op territory looking for OYs on the day he killed Walker. Walker's brother Jarrell also testified and said that he was with Walker in the barbershop when Kayflock walked by. According to Jarrell, Walker walked outside and asked Kayflock who he was. Walker never threatened him. After Kayflock killed Walker, a ton of people were saying that Kayflock was walking down the street with his sister and that he was protecting her, but the truth is way crazier. It turned out that Kayflock was chilling with a female drill rapper named Shani Bondi. A lot of people were confused at first. They thought Shani Bondi repped the YGs, but in 2022, she dropped a freestyle and raps, "First off, I do not chill in the T's. Who the fuck said I'm YG? Like, show me a pic of me throwing up G's. Speak correct when you speaking on me. I ain't ducking no action. You bleed how I bleed." Shani Bondi testified during Kayflock's trial, and she told the court that Walker said he was going to shoot them when he walked out of the barbershop. After Kayflock shot Walker, Gun fell out of Walker's coat, but the prosecutor said that Shawnee Bonnie was lying on the stand, and now she's facing charges for making false statements and might be spending years in prison just because she was trying to help Kayflock out. After Shawnee Bonnie got charged for lying on the stand, Kayflock's defense asked the judge to give him an extra 90 days before sentencing him, because he already got convicted before Shawnee Bonnie got exposed for lying. Kayflock was facing life if he got convicted of murder for killing Walker, but he scored a huge win, and the jury said he wasn't guilty. That meant the judge wouldn't have to give him a mandatory life sentence, but Flock still got convicted on some heavy charges. Kayflock was found guilty of racketeering, gun charges, and violent crimes, but he beat the federal murder charge. After the news broke, Flock's homies were showing love and celebrating him beating the murder case. Then Kayflock pulled another crazy move. After the news broke, everything except murder, said he made the judge cry, looking like he skated on the whole case. The post judge wouldn't have to give him a mandatory life sentence, but Flock still got convicted on some heavy charges. Kayflock was found guilty of racketeering, gun charges, and violent crimes, but he beat the federal murder charge. After the news broke, Flock's homies were showing love and celebrating him beating the murder case. But then Kayflock pulls another crazy move. Right after the news broke that Flock got convicted on everything except murder, he hopped on IG and said he made the judge cry. Kayflock was talking like he skated on the whole case, and at the end of the post he said, "Kill all rats." Talking about killing rats before you even get sentenced is crazy, and even Kayflock's own fans thought he was dumb for saying it. Kayflock got snitched on by his homie and his op, and the prosecutors could try to use that post to prove Kayflock was threatening witnesses and get him locked up for way more time. And rumors say Kayflock's been crashing out in jail and might catch new charges for that too.
He put the whole building. They couldn't keep him there.
Really?
They couldn't keep him in the building and move him to Jersey. He's fighting everybody.
What the
Yes.
Some people have been saying that Kayflock even stabbed a dude while he was fighting the Rico case. None of that's been confirmed yet.
Just before rapper Kayflock's trial, an inmate who has recently been freed under the YouTube name of Car Reality has alleged that Kayflock almost killed an inmate in the prison after that inmate tried to stab him.
Stay tuned. Once the case starts, things are gonna get wild for sure, and Kayflock could go away forever. Kayflock was the face of DOA in the drill scene, but he wasn't the only rapper in the crew who destroyed his own career. Dougie B was locked up, and Kayflock started popping off in the rap game. When he came home, Dougie B hopped in the booth, blowing up from the jump.
Cool.
He was running up huge numbers every time he dropped.
You got 80
Even
years
getting
for
shot in the leg
crashing
didn't
out.
slow him down. But after Kayflock got booked on the murder case, Dougie B started falling off hard. He straight up disappeared from the drill scene for a while, and rumors say it was because he was addicted to drugs. Dougie's fans were also worried that Dougie was going to take himself out. Dougie posted a photo on his IG story where he was holding a bunch of pills, and he wrote, "I love you so much." Dougie B had drug issues and depression for a long time, and he even told a fan that he had been popping perks ever since his dad died.
Please, gang. Depression is really depression right now. Yeah. I go through depression all the time, bro. You heard? That's why you see me that when I be popping perks and shit, I don't do that shit to be fun and all that for the media. I do that shit because I really feel me. I lost my father. I didn't pop perks ever since.
Then something went down that brought Dougie B out of retirement and back into the spotlight. Around 2023, a group called the Sweepers came out and started dissing DOA. The track that put him on the map was called Sad Side K, where they threw shots like "Score bad," so they team with each other. Nazzy, Rippy, Diddy, Buddha, Kayflock, nigga ran when he ups. Free all the guys that was bugging. Matt, KT, Gutter, we trying to put himself under. And see how Rippy, Blay, Dougie B, how you say bro name? For G-Pop, I'll let it flame. DOAK, I'ma spin through the ray like, now since them niggas wanna play, word to bro, niggas flicked on K. The Sweepers were dissing DOA and their dead homies like crazy, so Dougie B clapped back on the track OA, and this a dead Sweepers affiliate named G-Pop. G-Pop got stabbed to death in front of a pizza shop, and Dougie clowned him when he rapped, like, where your bros at? Them niggas kids. Smoke G-Pop, shit got a kid. Oh, they think they lit, they want to diss, everything K. We don't do no clicks. But then, Dougie B fell off again, started making headlines for all the wrong reasons. A fan took a photo with Dougie B and was flashing some cash. And after they took the pic, Dougie B robbed the dude and took off with the money. Dougie B got clowned like crazy for robbing his own fan. But what happened next is the reason that Dougie B is facing 25 years in prison. In 2024, news broke that the cops booked Dougie B for robbing a dude inside his crib. Dougie and his homies broke into the dude's apartment and held him at gunpoint. Then they took $2,500 from the dude's accounts, all while the victim's kid watched it go down. The Cops didn't get Dougie immediately though, and about a week later, he robbed another dude in the same apartment building at knife point. Dougie B probably won't do the full 25 years, but Nazi BK could end up with a life sentence if he doesn't beat his
But
case.
if you a rapper,
Nazi
what is
BK
you
wasn't
doing
even affiliated with
robbing
DOA
niggas
at
at night
first.
point
Jumped
and all
off the
this other
porch.
weird
Nazi
shit?
BK wasn't really gangbanging. He just sold weed, but he was cool with a lot of dudes who rep the OGs. Then some of his homies
Y'all
from
be
the
having
OGs
too
set
many
Nazi
lanes.
BK
Y'all
up
be
and
trying to
dropped
be
him.
rappers, robbers.
Nazi BK linked up with DOA,
Drillers,
started
just
repping
pick
him heavy
one.
on tracks like Big
Do
DOA.
one.
He rapped, I'm rah bopping. These hoes pin dropping. Got lined, then they popped him. DOA, promoting violence. Fuck 12 and they sirens. I'm toting on that iron. Pull up on me and I'm firing. A lot of people thought Nazi BK was just a basketball player who sold some weed and started talking crazy in the booth. But then he shocked everyone when he got booked for catching a body in the middle of Times Square. Times Square might be the worst place in the world to crash out, but that didn't stop Nazi BK from allegedly killing a dude on camera and getting booked on a murder charge. Nazi BK had a ton of momentum in the drill wave and had some huge hits like the track OYK. He was also doing YouTube pranks and popping off on social media, but then he threw it all away and might never come home now. See, Blue was putting off the DOA on the real scene too. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be the second biggest rapper in the crew behind Kayflock. Back in 2021, C Blue and another DOA affiliate named Set the Trend popped off with the track
Some
No
of y'all
Ozone
gonna
and ran up
go
millions
up
of
the creek.
views.
Some of y'all going
C
to meet
Blue also had a lot of
Jesus,
buzz on his name after he allegedly shot a cop
Even
and beat
good,
the
no,
case.
either way.
Skating on something like that is a crazy win. But C Blue still fumbled the bag and fell off hard. DOA was dealing with the police, all of their ops, and trying to keep it pushing in the rap game. But at the same time, they were having internal issues too. It all started when B Love and Set the Trend sparked some drama. B Love is actually from the OG's territory and doesn't rep DOA, but he grew up around DOA's territory when he was a kid and has been tied with Kayflock and a bunch of DOA members for years. It's not clear what sparked the issue with B Love and Set the Trend, but B Love dissed him on the track Hazard Lights and rapped, "Said he a bitch, nigga won't diss on the dead. I got niggas know it and I know. That boy won't see tomorrow the hollow." Then C Blue got wrapped up in the situation because he kept rocking with B Love after he did Set the Trend. They started going media.
My dad's niggas is light skinned niggas, nigga.
Then Set the Trend allegedly smashed up C Blue's whip. B Love, Kayflock, and Dougie B had a hit called Brother Love. Set the Trend clapped back with a track called Brotherly Hate and dissed B Love and C Blue when he rapped, "Don't never try to disrespect me. On the media, look like we besties. Got some bread on no ozone. You was flexing, I never hated. I was outside robbing. And I know you really a lame. Even know the nigga you jacking. That shit a shame. Hold up, B Love. All that shit was food. You never picked up a deuce. Went cool." Nobody knew why Set the Trend was so mad at C Blue just because he was rocking with B Love. But then the situation took a crazy turn. In 2022, a DOA affiliate named C Hot Watts was shot and killed right after he started popping off in the drill scene. There were a lot of rumors about who pulled the trigger on him. But a couple of years later, cops booked an OG's affiliate named Jay Glizzy for the murder. There's no proof to back the story up, but some people think B Love knew that C Hot Watts was going to get killed. B Love is still with the OGs, and that's why Set the Trend was so pressed about the situation. Bodies were dropping on both sides, but C Blue made a good move and hit Texas to get away from all the drama.
My room is still basically empty. I don't really have that many things up. I gotta get a dresser and shit for there.
His fans were happy to see him make it out like that, but C Blue didn't stay out of New York for long. And in 2025, he allegedly got booked for crack. Then C Blue got clowned like crazy after he got exposed for being broke and not paying for features that he was supposed to. It's not clear what's going on with C Blue's cases right now, but his music fell off too, and he's not even touching the 100K views on YouTube anymore. Set the Trend fell off as well, and the situation got even worse for him after some paperwork came out that accused him of snitching. Set the Trend said the paperwork was fake, but it didn't even matter if it was real or not, because a lot of people stopped rocking with him after it got leaked. DOA has a lot of members locked up for fighting cases right now, and an OG from Sev's side named Sticky B just caught 8 more years while he was already locked up. Sticky B was booked on fraud charges and should have been coming home in 2026, but instead of keeping his head down and getting out, Sticky B stabbed somebody in jail and got hit with 8 more years. Sticky B has also been clowned since he's been on the block since the 2000s and never made it out of the trenches even though he's in his 30s.
Next year, stab somebody, now they put 8 more years. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Makes you real no last year.
Sticky B's been around Southside before DOA was even approved. Back then, the biggest crew on Southside was the YBs, but a lot of them got locked up in the 2010s, so it started falling apart and the dudes were repping other sets. Some DOA affiliates still rep YBs though, and on the track Flame 'em, set the trend raps, slide to the 8, we don't show no remorse. EJ got hit, you know we gon' toss. Bitch, I'm YB, know I'm kicking indoors. Most drill fans don't even know about the original YB's movement though, and it's looking like the same thing could happen to DOA in a few years if something doesn't change for them.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
YNW Melly has been fighting the same.
yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe.